Hello, everybody. Give me 1 second. Here we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Niner FIFA Radio's post-game show. I'm your host, Jaymie, and I'm here to talk about the 49ers versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that was earlier this afternoon. Thank you guys for all joining me tonight. So before we start getting into the game, I want to go over a few housekeeping things real quick before we start doing it. Here we go. If you want to help us out, check out our affiliate link at shop49ers.com. The link will be in the description if you're watching the live stream of this, or in the description of the podcast of the audio version if you're listening to this later and listening to the audio version. Also, if you want to save some money on your sporting, concert, or theater experiences, we have a promo code, 9FIFA Radio, that will help you save some money on all of your ticket needs and also help us support the show. Also, if you want to help support the show, subscribe to us at 955radio.com/subscribe. It's also a great way to help support our show and everything that we do over here. Also, if you want to follow us on any of our social media platforms, we're on Facebook, Instagram, and Tumblr at 9FIFA Radio, and we're also on Twitter at 9faithfulr. Yeah, so those are our little housekeeping things to get to. Let's just jump straight into the game that happened. Let me double check the final score. It was the final score was 27-14, San Francisco winning. It was another really solid game for San Francisco. One thing I want to address on the top of the show, Hufanga, our safety, looks like it's more than likely a torn ACL, unfortunately. So we'll probably get more confirmation this upcoming week, but it looks like he is most likely done for the season, which is severely unfortunate. It was a non-contact injury. It is not good. So let's hope that we get lucky and it's not that, but odds are, I think Kyle said in his pressure that he believes it's an ACL. So I'm going to go with the coach's gut and go with him on this one. So, but we'll keep you guys updated on any of that. But heads up for him. He's such a good, fun player to watch. Real bummer. And hopefully, regardless of whatever the injury is, hopefully he has a very smooth and fast recovery. I want to dress that up on the top. The 49ers came back. They 2 games in a row now, which I think is real solid. They looked really solid, especially in the first half of the game. There's still some issues with the penalties. I think we had like 8 penalties this game, if I can remember correctly. So that's super not great. And a bit of a bummer, but yeah. So Brock Purdy had a very, very, very good game. His special stat wise, he looked good. Threw 3 touchdowns. His final stat line was 21-25, 333, and 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, which I think is the big kicker here. So that's very, very solid. Very good play. He had a very high passer rating. I think he had the best passer rating. No 49ers quarterback has that, I think, since he said either Joe Montana or Steve Young. That's very good company. Teresa, yeah, for real, praying for Hufanga. Such a shame. Regardless of whatever the injury is, it's never fun seeing any player hurt. It sucks. Especially like right around the holidays too. It's such a bummer. But hopefully, regardless of whatever the injury is, he comes back smoothly and everything goes well. Anyway, I think the big thing is Brock Purdy has now played 2 very solid games, coming back, no interceptions, that I think is really good. The one thing I will appreciate about him and what is very different from him than what was from Jaymie is he's very not afraid to he's not afraid to throw the ball, which Jaymie kind of was. Purdy has a little bit of an aggression with him, which is like I think really what sets him apart is he's not, and it's a dangerous thing, but it's also a good thing because he's not afraid to throw the football, which I think is huge. Because that's why he makes those really big plays. He had that beautiful, I think it was 76-yard touchdown to Ayuk, which I think is now the longest touchdown in the NFL this season right now, currently. So I think we can put his arm strength conversation away. He threw a 76-yard touchdown, and he did. It was that long. So it's just I really enjoy watching him play, to be honest with you. I haven't enjoyed watching a quarterback like him play since I think Cap. So I mean Jaymie was fun at the beginning, but like I've enjoyed watching Purdy play a lot. And if I see we have a couple people listening, if you have any comments about Purdy or anything about him, feel free to put it in now, and I'll try to get to them. I'm going to stick on offense. Let's get into some of these stats, shall we? Start on offense, and then we will go to defense. So I already did Purdy's stat line. McCaffrey had 21 carries, 78 yards, no touchdown. Elijah Mitchell, 4 carries, 24 yards. Purdy had 4 carries, 14 yards. And Debo had 1 carry, -1 yard. Let's get into the passing. Ayuk, 5 receptions, 156 yards, 1 touchdown. Kittle, 8 receptions, 89 yards, 1 touchdown. Debo, 3 receptions, 63 yards. Christian McCaffrey, 5 receptions, 25 yards, 1 touchdown. Fred Warner had a forced fumble. J.R. Brown had an interception when he came in for who was it? Was it for Hufanga? I think it was. He was the one who came in for Hufanga. We had some pass deflected. Fred Warner had a very solid game. He's not going to rack up a ton on the stat sheet, but he was all over the place. Had a couple of really good deflections, and he was just out of his mind. He was everywhere today. But yeah, like honestly, the defense played really, really well. I feel like it was close at the beginning of the second half, and then towards the end, it was kind of done. So I think the defense just played really, really good. So they just played really solid. They're looking more like themselves. We do have Eric Armstead had a sack. Chase Young had a sack. Drake Greenlaw had half a sack with Fred Warner, I'm assuming. Let's see. Any other sacks? Nick Bosa had a sack as well. So overall, like this is looking more like the 49ers defense that we saw at the beginning of the year. I think, like we said last week, the bye really helped them. We have Seattle next week, and then I believe we have Philly the week after. So it's going to be tough. But overall, like I'm really excited by what we saw today. I feel like the defense has really turned it around these last 2 weeks. So ooh. I know that we sweeped them last year. I think it's really hard to sweep a team 2 years in a row. I think we're going to end up splitting with the Seahawks. I think they'll get one, we'll get one. I just feel like that's my gut reaction right now. I feel like we're gonna lose next week, but we'll win the week when they come down to us, and so we'll win at our home stadiums. I feel like this was gonna happen. It's tough. That's my gut reaction because the Seahawks are a very scrappy team. As much as I hate them, they're a very scrappy team, and so I those are the games that are most stressful for me. Even now, even like when it wasn't like when it was at its height of the rivalry, like in 2012, 2013, that NFC Championship game, my blood pressure was through the roof. It was ridiculous. Um, so it was, yeah, that I am very anxious about next week. I think it's going to be a tough game, especially if we don't have Hufanga. That's going to suck because our secondary is very thin right now. So I'm just hoping J.R. Brown stepped up and he had some, when he first came in, he was picked on, but then he turned it around. He got the interception, has some really good pass defended. So like, who knows? But it's gonna be a tough game. It's gonna be a tough game. I am just looking for it's gonna be very tough. I think they always play division games are always very tough, always played hard, and Pete Carroll, regardless of what you think of him, he's a very solid coach. He has a very solid game plan. So it's not going to be easy, especially since we're playing them so late in the season. We normally play them once, but beforehand it was always once early in the season and once late in the season. Now they're keeping them kind of together, but we'll just have to see. I think overall though, I think we're going to split with the Seahawks. I think they're going to take one. We'll take one. And then we'll see if the Seahawks squeak in the playoffs. I don't know exactly. I haven't really been paying attention to the Seahawks, to be perfectly honest with you. I know that they are better than people thought they were going to be, so we'll see. I am honestly, as anxious as I am about the Seahawks, I'm more concerned about Philly because Philly is just such a tough team. But what I'm excited about is hopefully Brady stays healthy and we can get a remnants of what that NFC champion game should have been like last year. So yeah, but these next few games are going to be tough. I'm not going to lie to you. It's going to be a little bit of a juggernaut. So we'll have to see what happens. But overall, I like that we have turned it around after the bye. We look more like how we did at the beginning of the season. I feel like we're still very much a top contender. If the Lions, I'll have to check what the Lions score is right now, but if the Lions, I think, end up winning, we still can get the 2 seed. I think Philly's going to keep the 1, unless they drop the next 3, which is, who knows? Anything's possible, but I think if we win the next 3, I think that'd be the only way we could probably get the win because we lost those 3 games in a row. But we're still playing teams tough, and we still played real well. I think having Purdy be playing as well as he is, and with the defense turning it around and everything, I think everything is still pretty good. Got another one. William is here. Hello, William. I think we can win both games against the Sea Chickens, but the Sea Chickens won't be in the playoffs when I saw their remaining schedule opponents. Okay. I don't know who, besides us, who the Seahawks are really playing. I don't know if they've already, I'm assuming they probably have to play Philly because I think I think everybody in our division has to play Philly. I could be wrong though. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But I'm not saying that we can't win both teams. I think it's just going to be extremely difficult because these games against the Seahawks are always very tough. So regardless, I think we all play up to the games and the rivalry a little bit, even though it's not the exact same. I think it still is there a little bit, but I don't think it's not like where it was in 2012, 2013. 2014 era. But I think, for me as a younger fan, I know everybody says Dallas, and I totally get that, and I respect that. but I was too young and I wasn't around for the Dallas rivalry, unfortunately. So this is kind of like they are my rivalry, in a way. Um, but yeah, I mean, we'll see what ends up happening. I mean, Thanksgiving Day game. Uh, anyway, it's going to be an entertaining game. I'll say that. I mean, and I think we definitely do still have a talented enough team to win, but who knows? Who knows? Um, but yeah, I mean, other than that, guys, anything else you guys want to talk about? I feel like I kind of covered everything. I feel like the team is playing really good right now. I think they just need to keep this going, and I think have a good shot of doing playing well these next few games and everything like that. Alrighty, guys, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. Don't want to take too much of your guys' time. Teresa, thank you, Jaymie. Happy Thanksgiving. Stay blessed to you and your family. Go Niners. Thank you so much, Teresa. Yeah, I will. We'll see. I'm gonna be out of town, I believe, on Thanksgiving. Where my family and I are going up to a little cabin for Thanksgiving. Um, so I need to know the why. I don't know what my post game situation is gonna be. Worst case scenario, I'll give it to you guys on Friday. But other than that, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Let me just run through a little housekeeping and then I will let you guys go. And appreciate you guys so much. All right, let's see. As always, if you want to support the show, definitely check out our affiliate link. Our affiliate link is in the description of the live stream if you're watching live, or in the description of the audio version if you're listening to the audio version, the podcast version of this show. Regardless, it is there. I appreciate you guys. If you want to save some money on any of your theater, concert, or sporting events tickets, use our promo code 950 radio, and it will help you save some money on your spending and also help us out as well. If you want to support the show, definitely think about subscribing. We're at 950radio.com/subscribe. Also, another great way to support the show. And also, if you want to follow us on any of our social media platforms, we're on Facebook, Instagram, and Tumblr at 950 Radio, and we're at 950R on Twitter. Those are great ways to keep up with us and check out the live streams and all of that jazz. So, that is pretty much it, guys. Enjoy the rest of your guys this evening. Appreciate you guys tuning in and have a great night and happy Thanksgiving. Have a great holiday. If I don't see you guys on Thursday, I will see you guys probably on Friday. And have a great night and enjoy the evening. And as always, go Niners.